Okay. All right. So people, let's start today's session. I want all of you please listen. So today's topic is very important for dashboards, wherein we'll be filtering the data. Okay. So all these time from last couple of classes, we actually learned about how to import the data. Then we saw how to actually create the folders, hierarchies. And again, we saw about the visualizations and some of the concepts which actually helps us in working on various different options in Tableau. Today, we'll learn about a very important option called as filters. These filters play a very, very important role, not just in Tableau. You go to Power BI, you go to Excel, or you go to any other tools, filters play a very important role. Why? Because whenever I have a report, a huge report, if you want to drill down, then it is the filters which will help us in, you know, say going to the hierarchical of the report or slicing of the data. Okay, right. So first of all, what we'll do, we'll go with very simple filters and then slowly we'll see the complex filters. So today we'll work only on filters. If at all we have time, we can move on with more other topics. Right. So let me go to sheet 1. And I hope people online, you're able to listen. Also, you're able to see the screen. Just message me yes so that I can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Right. So people. So what I was telling. So today's topic is about filters. So let's go with very simple example. Very simple example. Why filters are used? Let me show you. Say, I'll take one data with region, and then let me take the sales. Let me make it a column chart. You can see here. This is what we have, the region and the sales. You can see that I have all the sales. But suppose I want to filter the data. I want to know based on categories. Let's say we have 3 categories: office supplies, technology, and furniture. When you see this data, this is actually the combination of all the 3 different categories all together. I want to know only for furnitures, what is the sales? Only for furnitures, or only for office supplies, or only for technology. If you want to know, then I have to go and filter. So what I'll do, I'll take this category. Okay. Then I can drag and drop here. You can see that I'll get the split of the data. But if you see here, I still can see supplies. Okay. So whatever. Sorry. Category. Okay, sorry. Furniture, office supplies, and technology. And again, furniture, office supplies, and technology. But here I have the region. Here I'm getting all the regions, but I'm getting the splitter. This is not filters, this is splitting. What I want is, I just want only regions with only the categories selected. Then what I'll do, instead of taking this into columns, I will drag and drop into this filters. When I drag and drop that here in filters, you can see I'll get one small window. It says filter category, furniture, office supplies, technology. They're all unchecked. What I'll do is I'll say select all and say OK. Right? It's a very simple filters. You can see that I selected all the 3 categories. Now let me click on the small arrow. I'll say edit filter and let me select only furniture. I remove all this. And let me click on OK. You can see now the values got changed. See, the bars, the values got changed, correct? Why? Because now I'm getting only furniture. I want to select office supplies. Then what I'll do, I'll go here, edit filter, and I'll say office supplies, say OK. So I change that to office supplies. You can see that now I'm getting the data only for office supplies. Let me go here and again I'll say edit filter. I'll select this technology. I'll get technology or any categories I need. I can keep checking. But tell me one thing, is it the right way? Again and again going and keep on editing it. For a designer, for a developer, this is fine. You can go, you can check something. But What if the user wants to select the categories? This will become very difficult, confusing, and also people will not actually accept. So what I'll do one thing. I will say, okay, as of now, can you see here? I just go and click on this arrow. Can you see here? I have this show filter. I'll click on this show filter. When I click on the show filter, on the right hand side, you can see there is one pan which is appearing. This is called as the pan, the filter pan. And here I can say all. I'll get all the categories selected. Let me go here and say furniture, only furniture, office supplies, technology, or if you think I want to select multiple categories, I can select. See, understood? Okay. But I'm not happy with this because I don't want the multiple selections. I want only single selections. The requirement is changing. The user can select only one category at a time. We cannot select multiple categories. What I'll do, I have to go here and change the control. We call it as control. What is that? We have drop downs. We have checkbox. We have the radio buttons. There are various different controls what we can actually control the selections. Then what I'll do, there is one small arrow in this pan. That is, we call it as card actually. I'll click on this. See here, there are so many options. Single value list. Click here. See now, you can see that I can now select only one option. Universally, whenever you see any selections which are with round shape and some dot inside, that is called as the option button or radio button. Why it is called as radio button? It is called as radio button because you can see that in the radio, you have the radio, you can play only one station at a time, correct? FM, if you are playing, I can play only one station. Similarly, here I can select only one option. That is what is called as radio button, or it is also called as option button. That means I can select only one. Okay. Now let's say, for example, I'm developing some application. Say I want to select courses, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL. Can I not select all of them? I can select all of them or one of them, right? I cannot say it can be selected only one. Then what kind of checkbox I should give? What kind of control I should give? I should give a checkbox, correct? I can select everything. Now let's say gender, male, female. Can I give multiple? Either it can be male or female. Now we have transgender, that is something different. But there, you just see yes or no. Can I select yes, no? No. So we have to decide. So these controls are very important. So it is not only about just creating the dashboard. It should also have some common sense like this, whether I can give the selection to be yes, no, single selection, multi-selection. All these things you have to understand. Okay, right. I'm thinking that this single selection is fine, but it is occupying a lot of space. So I don't want this. So what I'll do, I'll go here and I'll say single selection drop down. Can you see that? The space is saved. In this case, there are only three categories. Imagine I'll give this selection for state. 49 states are there. And imagine the list. So if you drop down, what happens? You can go here. You can select. See? Understood. Okay. Sometimes I want to select multiple values, but still I want to save the space. Then what I'll do, I'll go here. You can see this. We have multiple values drop down. Click on this. See, again, same drop down, but you have multiple selections. Getting the point? So you can change the control according to your needs. Let's go here. This is by default what we have this one. Multiple values list. And here I have the slider, single value. Say the slider is something like I can select only one, like something like this. Usually the slider we use for numbers, not for the text. Still, we have an option. There are sometimes you have to go slide. You can use it. Okay. So apart from this, we have multiple values. custom list, we have wildcard. Wildcard means I can just type something and put one star. You'll get that. I'll show you when you come to this state. We'll take another example. Here I have only three values, so it won't be so appropriate. I'll show you when you come to state. We'll do one more example. That example will show you. Got the point? How actually we can use the filters? So that's all. Filters are very easy. Just to explain to people, I just took one filter example and I gave. Let me remove this. Okay, let me remove all this. Now what we'll do, we'll try to take the next level of filters. Filters, as I showed you, it's very easy, but there are many things to understand. What is that? Let me just show you. Let's say I will take subcategory. Or let it be subcategory. We'll take customer name because there are so many. I'll say customer name, and I'll say, see, there are so many customers. So many, almost some 700, 800 columns. Okay, some 800 are there. Unique customers. Let me take this customer. Again, I'll take the customer. This time I'll put it in the filters. Now I'll say all and say, okay, can you see? Here also we have customer name. Here also we have customer name. So whatever I filter here, that will get filtered here. I want to show you some more examples. So I just took the same columns. Usually we don't do this. This is just to show you people about how actually we can do the filters by wildcards or more other things. Let me go here and say edit. Edit filter. Can you see there are so many names? How many are there? The field is customer name. How many are there? 800. How many have selected? 800. Can you see that? 800 of 800 values. Can you see here? Selected 800 of 800 values. Now what I'll do? I'll say none. How many have selected? 0. This will show me the status. Let me select. How many have selected? You understood? So previously the example was just to understand what is filters. Now we'll go in depth of. Now you can see that I've selected 6. When I say okay, how many customer names should be there? How many bars should be there? Only 6. Why? Because I selected only 6. Understood? Let's go to filter again. Let's say all. I'll say okay. Now I'm getting all. Let's go here. Edit filter. Now I have 800 values, 800 customer names. I selected only 6. It was displaying. Now let's say I don't want those 6 names. I don't want those 6 names. Then how many I have to select? 800 minus 6. That means 794. Just imagine I have to go and keep on selecting. Instead, what I can do is none. I will select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you see this exclude? Click on this exclude. Can you see that it's getting that dash or whatever strike? Say okay. How many I'm getting now? 7, 8. Getting the point? Now it is you who have to decide whether I need to select or deselect. If I have more number of values to be selected, go for exclude. It's easy for us. If it is like very less number of selections I can do, I can. Depends on the situations. Now don't ask when should I use exclude, when should I use include. No problem. It is left to you. For me, the ultimate aim is the result. Now in this case, let's say I'll remove this exclude. I'll say select all. And if I remove this 6, it's also fine. It's also the same thing. I just removed all the 6. Say okay. Getting the same result. Both are same. So whichever you feel it easy, please use that. My job is to tell you the options. It is you who have to decide which option I have to use. Done? Okay. Now let me go back. I selected. So here I have the selections. It is mentioning all the selections. Okay, now I'll say all. Fine. What I'll do, I'll go here to this wildcard. So what is wildcard? Wildcard is not just in Tableau, it's there in SQL, it's there in Excel, it's there in Power BI. Wherever you go, wildcard is there. Wildcard is nothing but suppose I don't have the clarity. For example, I'll say contains. It should just contain. Where should it contain? Anywhere. So I want to filter the customer name where ARE should be there anywhere in the. I'll say AR and I will say okay. See, got filter. Nowhere we selected. We just mentioned contains ARE. If you go and check the name here, somewhere or the other, that ARE will be there. Let me just increase this. See, Karen, ARE, Johnny Sundari, what is this? Sundaresam, ARE. Getting my point? ARE will be there somewhere or the other. Let me again go back to the edit filter. I've selected, it says selected 800. But how many are actually showing there? I selected 800. But how many are showing there? Some 7, 11 or something, right? How many? 11. Why? Should have been 800, correct? Why only 11? Because here I have applied one more filter. So this also you have to consider. It's not that just I have that 800, say, customers. Suddenly, why I'm getting only this? You should check all the list. If you go here, you can see this. It says summary. All of them will actually be considered. It is very important to always make sure that you go through all the filters which are applied. Now, if I go here and apply any of the other, conditions, this also will be considered. Now, if you want to filter anything within ARE, contains ARE, if I go here, let's say it's a none, and I'll select this. Now, what is that I'm doing? In this 6 customer names, search where we have ARE somewhere in that customer name. If I say apply, how many are there? 0. Why? The selected customer names doesn't have ARE. You understood? So filters are nothing but, you don't think that, okay, in one tab I have, second tab I have different filters. It's not like that. Let's say all. Now if I say apply, all right, I'll go here. Next, I say I want all the customer names where the customer name starts with S. Starts with S. I'll go here. I'll say S. Say apply. How many are there? 67. Yes, A. Apply. See, 17. SAM. Only 3. Understood? So what I'm trying to tell you is, you can filter however you want. First, it is you who have to decide the requirement. Right. Ends with. Let's say I want all the names which ends with ES. All the names with ES. Exactly matches. I have a name. It should match exactly with the cases, spellings, space, everything. Okay. So likewise, you can actually filter the data. Let me clear this. Now, if I apply, all the names will come here, all the customer names will come. Okay. Right. Conditions. What is condition? Condition means I'm just trying to apply a condition so that I'll get some results. Let me go here and say none. Here we'll say by field. I have some data here. Okay. The customer name is plotted based on which columns? the customer name and sales. Correct? There are two columns what I've taken. If you see here, I've taken this customer name and sales. I want to filter all this time. I filtered what? Based on text, the customer. Now what I want is, I want to filter all the values. The customers I need to filter based on sales value, where the sales value is above 50,000. Not sure whether it is there. We'll try, otherwise we'll reduce the amount. Sales, the value what I'm getting here, it is summarized value. That means sum, average, minimum, whatever you want to take. Now here what I'm taking is summarized values, sum. Let me go here, I'll select sum. And here it says equals to 50,000. If I say equals to 50,000, you know what happens? Exact 50,000, it will filter. Exact. But do you think any values will be exactly that much when you're actually checking something? Here, I cannot go and check. They are exactly 50,000. There might be 20,000. There can be, some other numbers. Then what will I do? I'll go here, click on this, see the operators. Let me select greater than or equals to. And then I'll mention 50,000. Now, there is one more filter saying that the sales value should be greater than or equals to 50,000. Let me go to general. You can see here, field name is customer name. Selection, all the 800 have been selected. In wildcard, all the values has to be given. But in condition, I'm saying sum of sales is greater than or equals to 50,000. I will say, okay. None of the customers have done that much of sales. Let's reduce now. Edit filter. Let's see. You can say apply. Yes. Let me increase this to 25. Only one. I'll make it as 20,000. Only one. 15. Not bad. I'll say 10. Okay, see. Now, whatever values are getting filtered here, this is based on 21 columns number. Based on sales column, trying to filter the values. Okay. Right. Let's go here. Conditions. I want to filter the values based on ranges. Okay. We can go here. We can filter the values based on ranges here. Or I can write a formula. Remember that we wrote a formula. Let's see. I'll go here. Say region equals fixed. Apply. Actually, sorry. This should be in numbers. People, sorry. So it's greater than or equals to 5. Okay. So either we can give here or you can write a formula here. Sometimes, we have to write some big formulas. We can write the formulas. Okay. Right. If you go and check, see. Done. Understood? Okay. Now, let's go to another example. Let me clear this. Top. This is very important. In dashboards, we'll be seeing a lot of reports. Top 10, companies, top 10 sales. So for that, people actually write so many various different functions. They do some circles and all. Don't have to do anything. Just go here by field, by formula. I'll take it by field. Enough. Say top 10 by, say, sales value. So, okay. Let's go and check if there are any other filters. remove all the other filters so that whatever values I've selected, only on that I'll get 10, top 10. Let me go here. Let's see. Top 10 values. Suppose I want to get the lowest 10 values. Select. See. Is it only top 10 always? No, you can mention the numbers. 5. Okay. Understood how we can actually filter the data. So this is for text. I can filter however I want. Okay. So now we learned about another level of filters. I'm just showing you all the way of filters which will help you in creating the dashboards. Right? Okay. Can we use this here as show filters? You can do it. Just a show filter. See. I mean, there are some 3 columns, but see here, so many are there. I can go here, change this to list drop down. Okay. Understood how we can actually do that. Okay. Now let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Whatever filters we learned, the 2 examples are something where we try to filter the values which are there in the canvas. Or we saw one example where depending on the categories, the values are reducing or increasing. Now what I'll do, I'll go here, take state and then sales. So many columns are there. How many? 59 columns are there. 59. Now I'll take a region column and I'll put it here in filters. Only 4 regions are there. Let me say all and I'll say OK. Previously it was reducing the number or increasing the number and all. This time you just see, right click, show filter. See? Based on the selection, I'm getting the bars. This is just filtering and giving me only those regions which are there in that particular, the states in that particular region. Say I selected West, East. See East. All these are regions, states which are available in East. Understood? So likewise, you can actually filter. Can we go here and filter further? Say edit filter. Say wildcard we have, condition we have, and top. Anything I can specify based on this filters applied, the values here in the canvas will also get filtered. Understood? Okay. Next. You say filters means apply some filter, right click and say show filter over. It's not like that. There are so many things to learn. Let me clear all. Now let me show you the dependent dropdown or dependent filters. First of all, what I'll do, I'll take this region and put it here. That means I want to filter the regions. Let's say select all and save. Done. Next, I'll take state. Okay, can you see this? Region and state. Region and state are hierarchy, right? Region and then state. Now let me go here and I'll take subcategory. And I'll just see this. Okay. Now I want to filter the data. Okay, my intention is filtering the data. Now what I'll do is I'll go here region and say show filter, Can you see this? I'm getting these filters. Let me go and I will change this to drop down so that we can get some space here. See? This is for region. Now let me go here and I'll say show filter. Two filters are there now. First filter was region. Second filter was state. Now let me go and uncheck this. Just check this. I'm selecting few things. They are not actually getting plotted. Why? Because let me just check. Can you see that? I'm not getting any reports here. Why? Let me now say select all. I'm going. The reason why I'm not getting is I have here central and I have to select the state also in central only. Getting my point? Let me move this region on top. Okay, region. And the states what I'm getting here should be from the region what I'm selecting. But the problem here is, see, I will select, okay, let's say central. And I'm selecting, okay, let's say I'll remove this and I'll select India. Okay, it is there. It is also there. See. These selections which I've done is not from central region. Imagine I'm creating a report and I'm trying to select, say, Chennai, say Tamil Nadu, and I'm selecting city as Bangalore. Will I get the result? I'll definitely not get why because Bangalore is in Karnataka, not in Tamil Nadu. So I'm trying to filter. Say I'm selecting Tamil Nadu and then checking for the report in Bangalore. How will that give? It will not be, right? So you should be aware of these things as well. Now, how to do this? How to trace out this? There should be some way, right? I'm just trying to filter. Can I go and keep on doing R&D on this like this? No, there should be some way. What I'll do, I'll go here and just observe. Okay, just observe. I will right click here and say hierarchy, create hierarchy. I'll say location. And then I'll select this state. Okay. Now these two, let's see. Right now, let me go here. I'll just remove this. Right. Let's say show filter. Select all. Okay. Sorry, I can segment the state. Let's say show filter. Bring it down. Can you see that? What I'm getting now? Previously, I had already selected, so it was giving me all the states. I just removed and I break up the states. Now, can you see this? Now, if I select anything, I'll get the result. But previously, we were actually taking all the other states as well, right? So no matter whatever it is, I'm just trying to do the R&D, selecting all the states. Now, let me change this to East. See, Okay. So this is another way of filter. This one is dependent filters. So you can first create one hierarchy and then, but if let me show you one more thing. Always, I cannot guess that there will be a hierarchy only. Let me remove the hierarchy. Let me go here. I'll just delete the hierarchy. Now what happened? It is giving me all the states where it is wrong. What I'll do, let me go here and can you see this? We have, there is that apply to all the worksheets. I'll say using the data source, or you can use all using related data sources. That means there are three options. One is all using related data sources. Remember the data modeling, keep connecting each other. If they're using the data model, yes, anyone can use that. So obviously, we'll give you the hierarchy or say the filtered values. Next, using the data source. I'm working on a project. I have one data source and multiple people are using it. They can also connect. Okay. Then only on this worksheet. So the filter should not be applied. So dependent filters should not be done. Now let me go here. And then let's try to filter. Let's take it down. Is the tree. Oh, see, I'm sorry. Okay. So this also, if you think you want to change this to drop down, we'll change it. See how much of space it gives. Understood? So if you still want to have a multiple selection, you can go here. You can apply. You can still have a check, say, the checkbox. Then we can have a list of facts. Okay. So this is dependent. I don't have the hierarchy. Let me delete the hierarchy. Now let me go here. Let me just getting all the 49 or say 50 states or whatever, 59 states. Let me just check. Let me clear all. Okay. So again, let me take this region, then state. Region. And then state. Okay. Previously, we created a hierarchy. It was giving me the drop down, that is dependent drop down. Now let's see what happens. First, I'll take the state. Okay. Now let me just go here and say show filter. Can you see this? Did that get filtered? It will give me all the values. Otherwise, I have to go create one data model that is connecting each other. And then I can also create the hierarchy and do a lot of things. Instead, if I don't have the hierarchy, but still I want to get the dependent drop down, then what I'll do, let me go here and then we'll say apply to all worksheets. Again, we can apply this one for this data series. Let's go here. Let me check here. Status. 1 minute, people. Sorry. No, it's not working. Let me just check 1 minute. Region and take. Select all. And then let's take state. Okay. Now I'll just bring. No idea, but okay, let me just check. Just a minute, people, because I don't know why it's not working. It should work actually. I don't know why it's not working. I'm just checking. Right. I'm very sorry, people. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, but I'll check this and I'll get back to you. This should work actually. Okay, because both are in the same database. It has to work. So whenever you don't have the hierarchy, so make sure that you'll go here and then you select this one. Say usually we select this, but I'm just trying to do all this. I don't know why it's not working. So let me just check
Sir,
this.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Like you're applying it in all the worksheet. So when you apply it, it will be like in all the sheets. Sheet 1, 2, and 3, the filters will be available. But
No,
I
no,
don't
this is
know.
fine. No, this is fine. So what I'm checking is for this dependent drop down. Okay. That if you apply
Uh,
for all the other, that there also it will work. That is something different. No, I'm just checking. You know what happens? I'll tell you what actually happens. Suppose if you're actually, oh, sorry, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. This should be enabled. 1 minute. I think now it should work. Yeah, now it's working. Sorry, people. I just forgot to select that option. So, all right. So let me just explain again, please. There is no confusion. So I forgot to select one option. So first thing what we did, let me tell you, we created the hierarchy. So what happened when I say hierarchy, it is in the hierarchy, so it is already related. So this when we know that there is one column and there is another column just below, or say the next hierarchy. But sometimes you know what happens, the hierarchy is not created, but still I want to get only the dependent values. Okay. So here, first thing is we'll go here, apply to the worksheets. This we use when I have multiple sheets and I want to filter the data in all the sheets along with which is there in the current sheet as well. So just trying that. So here it says all using this data source. So any values which are using that data source should be filtered. So this should happen. Okay. Say when I say all using this data source, what is this data source? That means whatever data I've taken. In this case, it is the table orders. Correct? So it is that data source. All using related data source. This I'll be telling you in the coming sessions. Related means you know what happens. Let me go here the data source. You see here I have only one value. And if I take one more, see, this is related. This is related. So now I'm taking these orders. Let's say I have this, the region column here. Here I'll take the manager column. So depending on that, it has to filter. So that is what it says. Let me remove this. Okay. So that's what this says. But I actually forgot to select this. Say only relevant values. That means whatever is relevant. When I select something, only relevant values has to be filtered. So this has to be filtered. Say all values in database. What this will do is this will give me all the values, no matter whatever the selection. So because of which it was not filtering. I'm very sorry about it. Just go here and then select this only relevant values. So this will filter the data, even though if it is not there in the same data source or if it is not there in the hierarchy. Okay, got it? Don't get confused. Again, I'll tell you, we actually tried to work on dependent drop downs. One drop down was we created hierarchy and then we tried to filter. The second one was just taking the data source, let it be anywhere, but we're just saying that only relevant values. Understood? So likewise, we can actually filter. So if this filters works, whatever visualizations comes here, no matter whatever it is, table, chart, or anything, it will automatically get filtered. Okay, understood all of you? Done. Let me clear this. This is for text filters. We can also filter numbers. Number filters are not too many, but they are very, you should confusing or say, you should be very careful about it. Whenever I'm filtering, usually how do we filter? Greater than, less than, the ranges. Fine. Now, when I'm actually using this numbers, it can be either a summarized value or non-summarized values, right? Let me go here. I'll take the sales and I'll put it in filters. When I put this in filters, can you just see here? It is giving me a different options. Previously, we had a different options, right? We used to have a checkbox and all. Now there is something different. What does it says? All values. And then below, we have some average, minimum, and all these things. So what are those? One is this one. This is straight away from the table. Straight away from the table. No summarization. Let me click on this. Answer next. See, range of values. And here it says 0.444. This is the lowest value in this table. To 22,638, which is the highest value in that table. So now it is trying to ask me from this range to this range. You're actually trying to filter. But for me, I want to filter the values from, let's say, 1,000 to 1,500. I'll say okay. Okay. Now, if I create any reports, let's say I'll go here, I'll try to create a report for subcategory and then sales. Okay. Now, if you go and check any reports, that will be from 1,000 to 2,000 in the table. In the table here, if you go here, I have a table here, right? So whatever values are there in this table, whatever values are in this table, the data is getting filtered because it is not summarized. But based on whatever values I'm getting here, that value will take and then the visualization is created. Understood? This is first step. Let me remove this. Now let me go here and say sales. I'll select sum. Now what is this? This is nothing but the summarized, the calculated. Now you just see the difference between previously we had 0.44 and 22 lakh something, the highest. Now you just see, I'll go here, say next. How much I'm getting? 8,000 to 3.35 lakhs. Okay. Let me say cancel. I'll remove this subcategory. And let me take ship mode. Now I took a different columns, right? Now let me go and try to filter sales. This one. Are we getting the same values here? Previously it was 8,000 and 3.35 lakhs. Now how much we are getting? 1.292, 1.37. Why is this happening? The reason behind this is whenever I'm taking a number column, it depends on what column I have taken here. Remember that I had taken the column subcategory to showing 8,500. What is that 8,500? The lowest value in that subcategory. See, let me go here. I'll just remove this. I'll take this subcategory. We just take subcategory. Okay. I'll convert this into table. Let me sort. Okay. You can say this. The lowest one 8,532 or 33, whatever. See, the highest value. To take any column, the highest and the lowest value is what it will give there. Now let me go here. I'll just take the filters for sales. Okay. You can see that lowest value and the highest value. Now, if you change any column here for that particular column, which is the lowest value and the highest value, and you can go, you can use say at least. What is at least? At least means the beginning I can change at least this values. The ending is fixed. Most. The starting range is fixed. The ending range we have to change. Okay. So likewise, we have this number column. There are so many things. I'll go here, just say filters. Okay. And if you want some, one average, distinct count, anything you can do, anything you can. Right? You understood how this filters actually work for numbers. So you add one column based on that it will be okay. Right. Let me go here now. Let's work on date filters. Date. Okay. Now let me go here. I have a date. Order date. Here also we have same to same whatever we had. Whatever we had the filters in numbers. You can see here I have this related date, range of dates, years, quarters, months, whatever date I'm selecting. I want to filter only years. Select this and say next. See, say okay. Now if you go here and say show filter, this is giving me all the years. I want month, it will give me month. But what I want is the date, the exact date. Then what I'll do, let me remove this. I'll go to order date. I have this relative date. Then next. Now here we have so many options. What is that? Say for example, I want to select, okay, previous year data, next year data, this year data, right? Suppose I'll go to quarters. Same thing, but You change to quarters. If I'm if you're filtering any data by quarters, then you can go, you can use to say month, weeks. Yes. So you can mention whether I need previous month's data, previous quarter data, month, week, days, or whatever you want. You just select accordingly. Okay. Next, range of dates. Same thing, like remember that the previous example, range of numbers, depending on whatever column I've taken, it was just giving me the highest and the lowest. Same thing here also. Suppose if you're taking any column, based on the date, it will write it. Okay. Right. Starting date. This, suppose you think that I'm actually trying to, get the values from one range to another range. But the ending date is fixed. I want to take from today till end, what is it? We can do that. Say ending date like this. Okay. These are the filters. There is one more filter, which we call it as actions, which I will teach you tomorrow, not today. Because today, the chapter what I've taken is a very simple one, but very important one, very short one actually. We still have filters where you will be filtering from one page to another page. That we call it as actions. If you go here, I have this actions, and there are various different things. I can teach you now, but I want you people to learn in a more advanced way because I'll show you how actually you can be inside your Tableau dashboard. Click on that. You can go to web page and study that particular data. Okay. So I want that to be completely now a continuation. I don't want that to break. Say today we'll do half an hour, and again tomorrow we'll do half an hour. Let's not do that. Tomorrow we'll work on the actions, not only filters. There are so many other interesting things that we'll also try to export, the reports into images and things like that. That will actually, okay. Still, we have filters, but in an advanced way. But today's filters, please practice. This looks very easy. I myself got confused. It was just a small thing which I forgot. So likewise, you people might be knowing, but you would have forgotten. Or you will be having that in front of you, but you're not able to understand what to do. So that will come only by experience. That will can work on more problems. Okay. Finish this. This course. I have a huge data set. I can do. We'll start working on it as well. Suppose we take 1 hour. Okay. Right. So as I told you, this is a very small topic. I'll stop here. First, I'll ask people online if they have any questions and clarify, and then I'll get back to you, and we can end the session for today. Okay. Right. So people online, any questions? Any questions? The chapter is not that very, but try to implement it. Right, people? So if you don't have any questions, I'll close the session. But people, tomorrow we'll work on the next level of filters. That is, we'll try to open web page, study the data in the web page, or go to next page by filters. Okay, a lot many interesting things are there that we'll work on tomorrow. If you have time, then there is something called as LOD calculations, which I purposely didn't do when we are actually working on the calculation. That is very interesting calculation, slightly advanced actually. That also we'll try to understand. But all we have time tomorrow, we'll take that LOD. Otherwise, I'll take it next. Okay. All right, all of you, thank you so much. I'll send the video. Okay, go through that. And 2:30, there is one session. Okay, this is Microsoft Excel 365, wherein I'll be teaching about the new features which are available in 365. Today, I'll be teaching about some formulas like some of the webinars already have done. some formulas, the new, Excel charts and all is coming. There are some people who actually are taking this Excel. Okay. Tomorrow, I'll be talking about the more other advanced options of Excel 365 in 2:30 batch. Anybody is interested, message me. Or if you're in the community link, it's already given. The link is given, so you can attend that. Okay. Right, people. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys in the next session. Bye.